So for you guys that are new to this, I've filmed a few of these different ones, and I've tried just doing the like unboxing of the things. I've tried just doing the actual look. So I'm going to combine the two. I know a lot of people just want to see one or the other. So what I'm going to end up doing is, if you are interested in just seeing the look, it is going to be the last half of this. If you want to see just the unboxing, it's the first half. If you want to see the whole thing, stay tuned for the whole dang thing. You know what? We're just gonna go into this month's BoxyCharm. So this month is called Gold Digger. Now, this to me looks a lot like a New Year's themed. I'm really shocked that this isn't the New Year's theme. So I'm really interested to see what they pull out for the month of January. 5 different things in the box today. Usually, I mean, it's $21 for the entire box. I really love it because it is always full-size products, and you get anywhere from like 5 to 7 different things. So for the price, I mean, the very first thing we're going to talk about are the Cover FX Gold Drops. Put them somewhere. There we go. Okay. So this entire look is majority this. Now I try and stick really closely to what is inside of the box. Stay tuned for the whole dang thing. So this right here, let's go straight into it, is the Cover FX Drops. These are ridiculously pigmented. It says these lightweight drops of ultra-fine glitter can be used anywhere you want. A lustrous glow, clinically tested, paraben-free, and gluten-free. So this is in the color Nova. I guess I could have just looked at the pamphlet. All right, let's start right here on the back. This is literally a drop of it. Not even a full drop, a half of a drop. Are you kidding? So you can build this up, you can shear it out, you can do as much as you want with this. That is what is on the inside of my lid, and my lips, and my cheeks, and in the foundation, and all over my body. No, I would bathe in this stuff if I could. But my hand is like full-blown glitter. It's insane. Okay, so that is $44 right there. That is double the cost of the box itself. Okay, next is going to be the Ace Beauty. And I am absolutely in love with this palette. It is so pigmented. It's so cute. It has almost like a old Hollywood kind of, what is that called? Oh my gosh, what is that called? Like Gatsby themed. So in here you're gonna have 4 different of the metallic shades and then 4 of your matte shades. So we are going to try this out for you real fast. The top one right here is going to be your shimmer shade. Here is the Jasmine. This one is Myrtle. Primrose, which has a little bit more of the gold instead of the bronze right here. And last but not least, Rose. I suck at swatching. Oh my god. Why are they so far apart? Okay. So these are gonna glow like crazy. But this one over here, not so much. On to the matte shades. We are going to go with Patchouli. This one's going to be a really like cream nudie kind of color. We've got Clove right here, which has almost more of a peach color to it. Cinnamon. That one is more of like a terracotta kind of brown. I love colors like this. It's something that I use in all of my brides. It warms up the skin, whether you have brown hair, brown eyes, blonde hair, red hair, any of those. It's really going to work well with the skin tone and the eye color. So it's one of the most versatile colors. I absolutely love colors like this. And then we've got Poppy, which is this one right here. And that's a really pretty kind of, it has, I like swatched over the other one. It's this color right here. It's not this one. So this right here is going to be more of that burgundy color. I mean, can you tell? I'm really into the burgundy theme. Okay, so those say that they're carefully milled and pressed to deliver intense pigmentation and easy blending. Honestly, I can completely agree with that. Little side note, the last one that I tried to film was right before the Laura Lee scandal, and it was her palette, and they were some bright colors. Let me tell you, I had to go apply that like 4 separate times throughout it because it kept creasing, it kept moving, it kept being crazy. So when I saw this palette, I was like, yay, kind of bold colors. I hope it doesn't suck. But honestly, it is very, very true to what it says. I would 100% buy this palette. It's $24.99. So I'm really going to look into this company. Moving on, so the Luxie Luminous Eye Set. It's a little sparkle to your brush collection with this limited edition BoxyCharm collaboration. Oh, that's cute. Okay, so there's 4 of them. They were put into this little plastic package. Now, obviously, there's color on these. I use them for the look. And I'm never disappointed by Luxie brushes. Oh my god, my freaking hand is covered in glitter. Okay, so 2 of these right here, as I was using them, these are going, I mean, they're all pretty small. But these 2 right here are going to be very, very detailed brushes. One of them was perfect for going underneath the eye. This one was great for packing color on. I mean, any of these they're not super, super loose. The 2 small ones are gonna be the most dense, and then the 2 bigger ones are going to be a little bit fluffier, but they were all really, really good detail brushes. So I could pretty much do this entire look with just these brushes. To kind of speed things up, I use a little bit more of a looser, fluffy brush. But this one right here, let me read about it. Mini flat angled, this is the 111. It's that packed kind of angled brush. That one is for you to blend out harsh lines and pack on cream products on your lid. Cool. Mini 141 brush that's packed, kind of like a dome packed brush. The 141 is perfect for smudging out or smoking out your lower lash line. Cool, used that correctly. All right, moving on. The 121 mini tapered brush right here. This is one of the fluffier brushes and bigger brushes. This one right here is going to be blending crease color. Yep. And then this one has more of that angle there. This is the Luxie 131 mini angled. And this one was for add a pop of color to your brow bone or precisely place color onto your crease. So they're all really precise brushes. For a pack of 4 of these, it was $21. That is the cost of the box. So personally, I would go out and buy these. When you're dealing with detail brushes like that, next to your eye, you want them to be soft and not pokey. So I would definitely recommend these. When they come in, they're white in the packaging. All right, moving on to the I'm gonna butcher this, you guys. Jaunté Bleu Glittering Star Eyeliner. This is their black color. Now, right here. It is a black color. It's like a gray black. It's not an intense black. It says it's intense. It's not intense. It's definitely something that needs to be built upon. It will kind of start to crumble a little bit, like I've noticed. But, you know, if you're into the whole glitter thing and you want some glitter in there, it definitely has that freaking glitter in there. So if you want something like that, here we go. Order this box. You get it. Now, it matches up to the price. The Jaunté Bleu Glittering Star Eyeliner is $5. This specially formulated black glitter eyeliner pencil glides on smoothly, leaving behind a long-lasting and subtle shimmer you'll completely adore. I adore it. It's cute. Don't love it. Alright, moving on to the very last thing. This is the Lashaholic lashes. This is the first time I've actually used these lashes, and I absolutely adore them. And of course, continuing on with like the glitter theme all over it. I'm wearing them, so they're not in here, but I'm going to insert product photos below. These retail for $14.99. So it gives your lashes dimension, natural looking length, and volume. So they're really, really pretty. They're easy to apply on. When you look at the band, it's not a thick black band, but it's also not a clear band. So it's going to be flexible, but still give you that dark look on there. Easy to clean, easy to apply. I struggle with putting lashes on myself, not on other people. I can do other people, not myself. It's a problem. So, overall, everything, let me kind of add all of this up to you. I think this was one of the best boxes that I've gotten so far. They've really, really stepped up their game. 1, 5, and 15. So total, altogether, it's $110. Honestly, for $21, I would use all of this stuff in here. Even the $5 pencil. I would buy it because it's $5. If this was like $10 or more, I wouldn't freaking buy it. But I will use everything in this box. And sometimes I'm like, maybe not. Thanks, BoxyCharm. It's a good thing you're cheap. But I love everything that was in here. So good job to you, BoxyCharm. And that is it. And we will move on to the look. Okay, so for the first thing that I did, traditionally with makeup, I would put the concealer on after I put the foundation on. But with this, I want it to sit underneath. I don't want to set it on top of the airbrush foundation. So that's why I now have brows and a little bit of concealer on. And I also put concealer on any really red areas that I have. So next step, I'm going to throw down one layer of the foundation. And then we'll get into the color effects portion of it.
There is nothing in between. So baby, we should start living now. 'Cause we only have this life. Wanna laugh and wanna cry. I don't wanna waste my time. So baby, we should start living now.
Okay, so we have one complete layer on the skin. Now what I'm going to do is put the Cover FX drops inside first. So I'm just going to start with one drop because I know these things are highly pigmented. One little drop. And I'm going to take this right here and bubble it up so it mixes. It is starting to separate. So I'm like trying to keep that mixed.
Can't decide, baby, you and I should start living now. With the whole world at our feet, we could stay or we could leave. There is
Tap all this in with a pressed powder just to make sure it is really, really secure. But I love the finish on this. It gave just a little bit of a glow without being too crazy. Because nobody wants a bunch of thick, high pigmented, sparkly pieces of glitter all over their face. This is just enough. So you can use it in an airbrush machine, but I would recommend going and rinsing it out completely and cleaning that out because those airbrush machines can be a pain in the butt to clean. I absolutely love them, but I don't use them every single day for the sheer fact that it is a pain to clean. Okay, so I went and grabbed this. I cleaned out the airbrush machine because I can tell, I mean, those things already get so clogged up so easily. With this, it's a little bit of a thicker consistency. The last thing I needed was that thing clogging up eternally. So I went ahead and put my contour on, the blush, all of that, and we will move on to the next step. So the next thing that I'm going to do inside of that is the Jante Blue, and this is the black eyeliner. I'm going to sharpen it because I used it once and it's already kind of dull. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is go right underneath the waterline. So I do this with all of my clients and myself whenever I wear lashes, just because this helps close the gap between the actual lashes and that skin right there. It shows up in pictures so easily. So I want to make sure that you can't see that whatsoever. So when I'm looking at this, I can already tell that this is a little bit more closed off. It's going to make your lashes look a lot fuller as well because you're darkening right at the base. Now I'm not going to go on my waterline at the very bottom, on the bottom of my lash line, because I have smaller eyes. I do not want to close all of that off. But I will go just slightly underneath, just because I'm going to deepen this a little bit to start off. But I'm also not going all the way to the inner corners because, again, I don't want to close all of that off. So when I look at it, it does have a lot of that sparkle to it. But it's very, very microfine, so it didn't bother me to have to go underneath the waterline. If it had any larger, like flakes of the glitter or anything like that, I would not have put that there. I laid a little bit of concealer down when I actually did the concealer portion underneath my eyes, but I did make sure I set it with a powder. I went in, this obviously is not in the box, but I used the Makeup Forever powder. This is their Super Matte Setting Powder, and I absolutely love it. It's going to make everything light and bright without causing a flashback, as long as you're using it properly. I'm going to put down a primer on top of the concealer because I do want that stickier base, especially since I'm going to be putting some of this glitter onto there. I want something for it to adhere to. So for this portion of it, you can use any sort of primer that you want. You can use like a paint pot, anything that has kind of that stickier feel to it. It's going to help everything stay. So the first thing that I am going to do here is I am going to take patchouli right here, and this is going to go all over my lid. We are going to go with the 121 mini tapered, and this is just going to go all over my lid. So this is going to just create that light transition shade, very skin toned. It's a little bit warmer, darker than my skin tone, but that's okay.
We could go on, but we should know better.
So wherever you are placing your brush first is where you're going to have the most pigment. That's why I started in the outer corner, and I'm slowly working my way up to really shade all of that up and about. All right, and next we're going to go with Clove. This one is going to go right inside my crease. I'm using that same exact brush. I'm starting in the outer corner and working that in to the inner corner. So then you have more of that taper going in instead of out. All right, next I'm going to go in with the brush 131. This is the mini angled brush. This is the other larger one. And this I'm going to stamp on the outer corner. So you're going to go in with almost an angle and then brush it along that crease. So what I like to do with my products is I like using a smaller amount and pressing it into the skin and then blending all of that out. So you're getting that really high pigment payoff. Now this has a very, very high pigment in the palette. So you don't need to be afraid of color. You just need to know where to place it and how to place it.
We felt the sunshine, we found the gold. We thought we'd be.
You're left with something like this right now. I'm going to take any sort of blender brush that you really, really like. This one's going to be very, very loosely packed. And I'm just going to go right above that and just blend. I'm just taking that patchouli color as well, the one that we raised all the way up anyways, and just helping blend any sort of harsh line that is there. Sometimes you want those lines, but in this look, I really want to go for a soft blended look. Next, I'm going to go in with this rounded brush, and this one is the 141 round, mini round. So this is what you're going to use for very small detailing. If you are worried about color or anything like that, start with small areas and slowly pressing it in and building and blending. We're going to take Poppy, which is this one right here, and I'm slowly going to dip into that mulberry color, and I'm going to go right into my lash line. Like I said, we're stamping that color in. So build. And then when I get about right on the outside of my eye here and start hitting that white, I am going to go from underneath and blend, because I'm going to end up pushing some of the glitter into there. So I want it very, very soft of a transition. So I'm going to go underneath. But everything from here over, I'm really going to press that color in.
Caught up in the flashing light, keeps it dead in my mind.
Now I'm trying to use as many of these brushes as possible, and just these brushes, which obviously I've already cheated on that, but you can also do this with a tight liner brush Now I do freaking love these brushes. They're very soft. They pack a punch. They're very much worth the money that you'll spend on them.
We can go on again, 'cause you seem like
Alright, so I brought some of that out into the outer corner. I'm going to go back in with a blending brush and just kind of brush that outer corner. Comes the fun part. We're going to mix with the Cover FX drops. I'm literally just going to dab a drop on the back of my hand. This one is the 111 mini flat angled brush. And I like it because it has a little bit more of a dense bristle, and I'm just going to slowly dab it in there. If you're worried about it, test down on your hand and see how that's going to pay off. Starting where you want the most pigment, which is going to be the inner part of my lid. It's not tacky, it's not heavy on the lid. Some of those metal products are very, very heavy on the lid. Now obviously this needs to dry down. One more drop and we will move on to the next eye. Rose right here. We're gonna go back to the 131 mini angled. I'm just going to dip into that and start from the outer corner and bring that in.
and listen for a while. I would have told you I miss your smile.
So if you start going over the glitter, it will start kind of clumping up, so you want to make sure that that glitter is placed exactly where you want it. And then I'm going to take one of the fluffy brushes, take some of that cinnamon color, and just go over it.
It's getting harder.
We're going to use the mini round brush. And I'm going to take that poppy color again, right down here, and go right underneath. This is the perfect brush for under the eyes. And it's dense enough where it's not throwing freaking powder all over your eye. Now again, that may be because it's a good palette. And normally when you have good ingredients, you're not going to get a ton of fallout everywhere. But the density of the brush is and the size of it is definitely helping. Some Instagram worthy stuff right here. Now obviously you can do this with a beauty blender or your finger. Right there. If you want an even more intense glow, you can take even more. Yes. Now I am super weary of where I put my highlight. For one, because I got all this stuff going on right here. And anything that shimmers is going to show texture in my skin. So, I'll put a little bit above my Cupid's bow.
Some things change, you're lost and found. But this is what you are to me. Like a body of water.
Alright, thanks guys for watching this look with me. If you guys have any questions about BoxyCharm, the link is down below. So I would love to know what you guys would like to see. I'm going to definitely do more hair and makeup as well as lifestyle, and kind of just so you guys can get to know me. If you want any sort of content, comment below and let me know what you would be interested in seeing, and I will start working on that for you guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.